For centuries, these creatures existed only in stories, until someone pressed record. Winged beasts, dragons, and strange figures appeared in places no one expected. These are the moments that make people question what's really hiding among us. In 2021, a priest glanced up at the tall towers of his church and witnessed something that made him believe he was seeing a direct sign from above. He saw the white figures gliding high in the sky. They don't resemble birds. Instead, they glow softly, moving smoothly around the top of the towers, as if silently watching over the ground below. Everyone who saw the video was convinced these were real angels. Priests believe such beings appear to offer blessings or protection, and that this rare sighting was a sign we are being watched from above. Real-life Pegasus. You've probably heard the stories of a flying horse, but what if it appeared in real life? That's exactly what happened when a man visited his friend's house and saw his pet. He was shocked to see a horse with wings, but the truth was even stranger. The horse had a rare genetic mutation. This biological glitch caused extra limbs to grow in the shape of wings, creating a real-life version of the legendary Pegasus. It's a shocking reminder of how nature can sometimes turn our wildest stories into reality. Soon after this sighting, another strange event shocked the area. A video from the woods is going viral for its bizarre content. A man was caught on camera facing a horse-like creature with huge wings. People are puzzled. Could it be also a mutation result, or a real-life Pegasus? After the encounter, authorities quickly closed off the area, and a search operation is now underway. Dust Dragon. A man noticed black dust suddenly rising from the sand on an empty road. At first it seemed like a normal swirl, but then it moved with a purpose, twisting and turning in the air. Everyone watching realized this was no ordinary dust. It was the Dust Dragon, a spirit said to be born where the earth is dry and restless. The town went into panic as the words of their ancestors came alive. Legends claim it appears before storms, accidents, or big changes. The video ends, and the dust vanishes, leaving only a warning to stay alert. Field unicorn sight.
It's like a horn.
While enjoying his holidays at a hill station, a man casually looked out the window and instantly froze. In the middle of a quiet, open field, a pure white horse stood alone. At first, it seemed normal. Then he noticed it. A single sharp horn was clearly visible, rising straight from the center of its forehead. The man quickly started recording. The animal moved calmly, lowering its head to graze, completely unbothered. Exactly like the unicorns described in old stories. The video ended with the horse still standing there, peaceful and unreal, leaving viewers wondering if legends sometimes walk right into our world.
We found a unicorn. This gonna go viral.
Beast outside train. In West Virginia, a passenger on a train was casually filming the snowy landscape outside when something terrifying appeared right against the window. Staring back at him was a humanoid figure with bat-like wings, eerily similar to the legendary Mothman. West Virginia was long claimed to be the hub of Mothman sightings, but they had stopped for years. But now, with clips like this appearing again, it feels like whatever vanished back then may have finally returned. Mothman Omen. A man shared his terrifying sighting on social media, which showed a strange winged figure gliding across the sky. Viewers quickly connected it to the legendary Mothman, first reported in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Witnesses through the years described this being as tall, human-shaped, with huge bat-like wings, no clear arms, and glowing eyes that shine in the dark. Many people who claimed to see it also reported a heavy sense of fear before major disasters took place, just like before the Silver Bridge collapse. If this really was the Mothman, then it may be a quiet warning that darker events could already be on their way. Camazotz return.
Essa onda.
A strange moment unfolded when a photographer was capturing city views near a quiet area. At first, he thought he was looking at a normal bat resting on a tree branch, but when he zoomed in, he realized this was no ordinary bat. It was far larger, sitting upright like a winged figure watching everything below. Moments later, it spread its massive wings and flew away. People soon linked the sighting to Camazotz, the ancient bat-like being from Mayan legends. Some believe its return is a warning, a sign of dark times ahead. Since that night, the town hasn't felt the same, as if something unseen is now watching from above. Garuda above. In South India, a terrifying sight appeared that made it hard to believe their eyes. Above a building, a figure seemed to be a man wearing a Batman costume, but soon he jumped from the rooftop and flew. Things became clear. It wasn't a man at all. The creature had a crown, giant wings, and human-like legs. To the stunned witnesses on the ground, the sighting was unmistakable. It looked exactly like Garuda, the legendary bird-like creature revered as the Mount of Lord Vishnu. Seeing such a powerful icon in the 21st century sky felt like a divine blessing sent straight from heaven. Roof Dragon. Another video is going viral for all the wrong reasons. On the roof of a quiet house, a dragon-like creature was seen sitting still, watching the town below. People panicked as it opened its wings and suddenly took off into the night. But this one wasn't natural. Rumors soon spread that it was the result of a secret scientific experiment created using material taken from ancient fossils. Somehow, the project managed to bring back a creature that belonged to another age, and it actually flew. If this is true, then scientists may be much closer to reviving extinct beings than anyone thought, and we may soon see more creatures from the past walking our world again. Forest Griffin. In the Harz Mountains of central Germany, a tourist captured something unbelievable moving between the trees. The creature had the body of a lion and the front half of an eagle. At first, he thought it might be a strange crossbreed, but as he watched, it became clear it looked like a real-life griffin. Legends say griffins guarded hidden treasures, and locals now wonder if these majestic beasts have been secretly living in the mountains for centuries. Not long after, a similar sighting came from Japan, where an explorer saw a griffin emerge from a deep forest cave. Maybe constant exploration and newly opened trails may have disturbed their long-hidden shelters, and they are making their moves out. Heavenly sky vision. Another strange sky sighting has shocked viewers. In California, people looked up and witnessed what many are calling a divine moment. High in the clouds, a white horse appeared to be flying, moving gracefully across the sky. But that wasn't the only shock. Behind the horse, a humanoid figure with giant wings was seen gliding through the clouds, almost like an angel had descended from above. It felt like a sign, as if the sky itself was showing something from another world. Rising Sky Serpent. Locals near a dense forest were left speechless as a thin, dark, snake-like creature rose straight from the trees into the open sky. The footage shows it slithering through the air, climbing higher and higher toward a bright patch in the clouds. Legends in many cultures call such beings sky dragons, serpents that dwell in the upper atmosphere, rarely seen by humans. As it vanished into the glowing sky, witnesses were left wondering if they had just glimpsed a mythical creature returning to its hidden realm. Bizarre creature. A villager passing through an empty hut heard a strange noise and decided to investigate. Inside, he came face to face with a terrifying humanoid-looking creature. Disturbed by the human presence, it let out a roar before fleeing. What he had seen was shocking. Its brown skin, 4 limbs used for movement, and 2 large bat-like wings that allowed it to fly swiftly made it look completely otherworldly. The footage left viewers questioning if such beings truly exist among us. Winged horse. Another possible sighting of Pegasus has now surfaced, and this one came from a quiet barnyard. A homeowner was filming the area at night when the camera picked up something unbelievable. Near the barn, a horse-like animal was pacing back and forth, but this one had massive wings folded against its sides. People who saw the video instantly connected it to earlier reports of winged horses. To them, this is yet another glimpse of the legendary Pegasus. Not myth, but living proof. But the real concern is that such sightings are increasing. Maybe next would be yours. Living dragon. In the Norbak Mountains, an explorer captured a moment that felt impossible. His camera picked up a low vibration coming from a dark cave, the ground gently shaking as the sound grew deeper. He zoomed in, and right then, a dragon stepped out. Its scales looked like polished ice, shining in the cold light, and every step pressed deep, heavy tracks into the wet ground. Some experts believe this could be an alpine dragon, a species believed to be gone for centuries, suddenly awakened from its hidden world. The creature moved slowly, calm and aware, as if the mountains still belonged to it. Now the real question is, in Norbak, how many of them are hiding? Forest dragon. In 2024, a tourist hiking through a dense forest thought he was just going to enjoy the scenery, until he saw something that scared him. Far ahead, near the mountain slope, he noticed what looked like giant bat wings moving in the distance. Curious, he zoomed in with his camera, expecting to spot a massive bat. But it wasn't a bat at all. The lens revealed a full-size dragon, perched high and scanning the area like it was searching for prey. Shocked and terrified, the tourist recorded only a few seconds before realizing how risky the moment truly was, and got out of the forest. Soon after, authorities closed the area to the public with no statement given yet. Sky dragon. In China, people were just going about their day when they noticed something strange flying in the sky. A mysterious creature was zooming around, moving fast from one place to another, then coming back again. It kept doing this for almost 10 minutes, and everyone just stopped and stared. People who saw it said it looked a lot like a dragon, not from movies, but like the ones from old stories that usually appear as a warning. Some felt like it was there for a reason, as if it was trying to signal that something bad might be coming. Before anyone could figure it out, the creature went higher into the clouds and simply vanished. One moment it was there, and the next it was gone. Giant forest cryptid. Forest officials set up a trail camera near a remote lake to track a crocodile that had been hunting animals. But instead, the camera recorded something no one was prepared for. A massive monster with huge wings appeared by the water, far larger than anything known to science. The creature bent down to drink, gave a look to the camera. Then it rose on its giant legs and walked away without making a sound. Its identity is still unknown, but this footage proves one terrifying truth. Unknown winged cryptids are alive, hiding in the forests we barely explore. Flying octopus. A man in California reported a mysterious creature drifting across the evening sky. A dark creature slowly moved across the clouds, its long, tentacle-like arms twisting as if they were alive. The clip spread fast, and people were shocked. Some said it looked like an alien creature slipping into our world, while others whispered about a hidden experiment that escaped. But things turned even stranger when a driver came forward, sharing his own footage of the same octopus-like figure flying above the road. With two sightings matching each other, viewers began to believe something truly unexplainable was gliding above California. Winged relic. People in Florida thought they had seen every weird animal until this video changed everything. The wildlife team shared footage of a beast flying through the air, and it was nothing like the birds we see every day. It had giant, bat-like wings and a strange prehistoric look to it. When the camera zoomed in, the creature appeared shockingly close to a real pterosaur, the kind we only see in museums nowadays. Whatever it was, it shouldn't be in our skies today. Unknown lake giant. Forest officials set up a trail camera near a remote lake to observe wildlife activity in the area. What it captured left everyone stunned. Instead of the animal they were watching for, a massive winged creature appeared near the water. It was far larger than anything known to science. The creature calmly lowered its head to drink, then slowly turned and looked straight toward the camera. After a moment, it stood up on long legs and walked away without making a sound. No tracks were found afterward. To this day, no one knows what it was, but the footage suggests something unknown may still be living deep within untouched forests. Winged mutant. A worker heard his dog barking non-stop outside, and from a distance, he thought it was just a turtle in the yard. But as he got closer, the truth was far stranger. The creature on the ground had wings like a bat, yet it couldn't fly. Instead, it hopped and crawled, trying to escape. The more people watched the video, the stranger it appeared. It didn't match any known animal. Some guessed it was a crossbreed, while others whispered it might be a lab-made hybrid that had somehow escaped. Either way, the sight left everyone uneasy. Humo owl. A forest officer was patrolling at night when he spotted a bird sitting on a tree. Thinking it was ordinary, he raised his camera to zoom in, but what he saw froze him. The face looked like an owl, yet the legs were unmistakably human, with claws of a huge bird. Terrified and confused, he quickly stopped recording and rushed away. The sighting immediately divided the paranormal community between two of the most famous avian legends. Could this be the Owlman or the Mothman? West Virginia's legendary omen of disaster? Rewatch the footage and make your call. Forest fairy. A camper in the forest got far more than he expected. His camera caught something no one would believe. A tiny, glowing figure hovering among the trees. It wasn't an insect or a trick of the light. It looked exactly like a real fairy, with a delicate, human-like body and large, glowing white wings. It flew and paused, as if it knew it was being watched. The camper left the forest with a video that has everyone wondering, could a hidden world of magic really be real? Blue-winged lizard. A camper in a forest stumbled upon a swamp near his camp and spotted a creature unlike anything he had ever seen. At first glance, it looked like a lizard, but it had wings, and its body was completely blue. The sight was so unreal, it felt like a mystical guardian of the swamp's deepest secrets. Soon, the video ended. Locals say these creatures only appear to those who protect the land, revealing themselves as a sign that nature's spirits are at peace. While science might call it a rare lizard, the camper treated the encounter with respect. After filming, he carefully returned the creature to the swamp and kept the location secret, protecting this rare guardian from the world. Tentacle moth. Early in the morning, a man walked into his TV lounge and stopped cold. On the wall, he spotted a bizarre, alien-looking creature, quiet, still, and watching the room like it belonged there. He started recording. Up close, It looked a bit like a moth, but it had 4 thick, hairy tentacles growing from its back. Later, experts said it was a rare Creatonotus gangus moth. Maybe it's true, but seeing it inside your own house is another story. Sky Beast. A viral clip suddenly made people wonder if dinosaurs are really gone. In the video, a huge dark shape glides across the sky. Slow, steady, and way too strange to be normal. It has wide, leathery wings and a long, pointed crest, looking exactly like a pterosaur from prehistoric times. Maybe it's a living fossil, maybe still surviving in remote mountains. If that's the case, then extinction suddenly doesn't feel as final as we thought. Glitch pterodactyl. A villager captured a brief, terrifying clip. Just a few seconds, but enough to terrify you. The footage shows a strange flying creature moving in ways no bird ever does. Most birds flap their wings steadily, but this one glitched, jerking through the air with unnatural movements. Its long, leathery wings make it look like a prehistoric dinosaur. Was it a new species of bird, a hidden cryptid, or a pterodactyl that has survived in the mountains for millions of years, now moving to areas closer to forests? The final answer, that's for you to decide. White dragon. What if legends of the prehistoric era return? A new video online has many people convinced that ancient rulers may finally be stepping back into our world. There was a white creature soaring above a remote mountain range, its long body and wings matching the exact description of a dragon. Some believe these white dragons have been hiding in high mountain caves or strange pocket dimensions, far beyond human reach. And now, as the world's climate and energy shift, they may be forced out of hiding. The sighting has sparked global debate, and many are now searching the skies, convinced that the giants of legend might be returning. Sky Beast. Here's another proof, this time from Pennsylvania. A white dragon-like creature was seen flying quietly across the sky, and the video spread fast. But unlike other sightings, people are now split into 2 strong beliefs. A few theorists said there's no way these things could come back on their own. They believe scientists may be secretly rebuilding them from fossils and lost DNA. The other side insists the creature is real, that dragons never disappeared. For now, the authorities haven't said a single word about it, and until they do, the mystery over Pennsylvania's white dragon is only getting bigger. Tree stalker. A resident in a quiet rural neighborhood recorded something that has everyone on edge. He noticed a shape climbing to a tall palm tree and, at first, thought it was just a cat. But when he zoomed in, the truth looked a lot darker. The figure had long, stretched limbs and a strange, twisted posture, nothing like a normal animal. The glowing eyes were enough to scare him. People online are already calling it a possible cryptid. Some even say it looks like a skinwalker hiding in plain sight. Whatever it was, the entire town is staying alert and scared. What if it returns not to look next time, but to make a horrible move? Ancient wings.
Something is moving. Yes, breathing. Yeah.
Almost like a biological organism or something.
High in Nevada's Ruby Mountains, a climber stopped to photograph what he thought was a golden eagle. But when he zoomed in, the sight felt wrong. The wings were massive, stretching wider, and the body looked ancient, more like a predator from another age than any modern bird. The climber snapped one photo with shaking hands before it slipped away into the horizon. When the image surfaced online, debates exploded. Many believe it wasn't an eagle at all, but something prehistoric still alive. And strangely, a similar giant shadow was later seen drifting above the ocean in Sweden. Does this mean these prehistoric beings are all over the Earth? Over the oceans too? Well, who knows, since we have found only 5% of the ocean yet. Jersey Devil returns. Deep inside the Batstow Swamp, 2 hunters said they saw something unreal. As dusk fell, they heard heavy wings beating above them, followed by a long, terrifying shriek rolling through the trees. One of them snapped a photo, and in that blurry frame, a thin, winged figure with a long neck and tail hovered above the tree line. The men left the area shaken, convinced they had seen the Jersey Devil. For more than 250 years, people in the Pine Barrens have spoken about this dark figure. Born from a cursed child, said to carry hooves, horns, and a forked tail, it was believed to vanish into the night. Now, this new sighting has people thinking the legend never disappeared. Dark hanging figure. A farmer was passing through a wooded area when his camera caught a disturbing sight high up in a tree. A dark figure was hanging there, completely still. As the zoom went closer, it looked like a woman. Twisted posture, head dropped forward, like a person left after a hanging. And what made it even more eerie, another similar event was reported from a different place, where a dark figure was seen hanging in the air, perfectly still. People online speculated it could be a witch or a massive female moth. Either way, it felt like the world was slowly revealing secrets most of us weren't meant to see. Feathered serpent flight. In Mexico, a trail camera placed deep in the forest recorded a shocking sight. A strange creature flew from one tree to another, long like a snake, but with wings spreading out. The clip stunned everyone who saw it and soon reached the forest authorities. They explained it as the masterful flight of the Quetzal, saying this is why Mexicans once spoke of the feathered snake, Quetzalcoatl, also known as Kukulkan. Two different names, but the same legendary being. Seeing it moving across the trees made people feel like those ancient stories were never legends at all, just truths waiting to reappear. Lab hybrid flyer. Scientists outside their laboratory captured a very strange creature on camera. It didn't look like any bird, and it wasn't like an insect either. It looked like it was built from parts that did not belong together. The video shows a tiny flying figure with thin grasshopper-like legs, bright red and black wings, and a pale face. Because it appeared outside a research lab, many people now believe it is a biohybrid, a living drone, part insect and part machine. Others whisper it may be a rare mutation that has stayed hidden. Whatever it was, the sight left the town uneasy, as if secrets were moving quietly just beyond the lab doors. Dragon sighting. People near the Notre Dame Cathedral had no idea they were about to witness something unbelievable. Above the ancient building, a massive winged being appeared out of nowhere and landed silently on the roof. It had a long tail, sharp claws, and powerful wings, almost exactly like the dragons described in old legends. For a few seconds, it simply stood there, as if it was studying the city below, then flew away and disappeared. Some believe this wasn't a random appearance at all. The dragon may be a warning, a sign that ancient creatures described only in myths are no longer hiding. If one was seen so openly, others may already be among us, unseen, waiting for whatever comes next. Winged frog mystery. A local spotted something strange in a small stream, a tiny frog with wings. The wings were wide and delicate, far too large for its small body, almost like those of a butterfly. A frog that could fly made no sense at all. Some believe it could be a rare mutation, possibly caused by polluted water. Others think it might be a strange mix of species nature never meant to create. Whatever it was, the sight proved that nature still holds surprises we don't fully understand. Living holiday property. A homeowner was recording his Christmas lights to share with his family, but he ended up capturing a moment that would haunt his neighborhood forever. One of the props on his window suddenly moved, and then, boom, came to life and ran away in the forest, ending the video abruptly. People in the town are now worried their holiday cheer may have invited something dark into their homes. A few of the neighbors thought it was a real-life Krampus, a mythical being watching the naughty during winter. Others think it's a mimic, a spirit that disguises itself as everyday objects, moving only when unobserved. The footage has neighbors checking their own decorations, just to be safe. Tiny Terror. This CCTV footage came from a woman in Michigan. On September 18, 2025, her home security camera sent an alert late at night, saying it had detected a human presence in her backyard. Curious and a little worried, she opened the clip. That's when the real shock hit. What appeared on the screen was small, far too small to be human. It moved quickly across the yard, with thin legs and strands of hair-like shapes trailing as it moved, almost like a tiny flying figure drifting through the dark. In old folklore, beings like this were known, not fairies, but something darker. Pixies were often described as small, aggressive, and strangely human-like. And this footage suddenly made those stories feel uncomfortably real.